Sorry to interrupt your run. You're probably in the zone, but with Simply Right checking from Santander Bank, you can waive the monthly fee by completing one transaction each month. Click the banner or find out more at santanderbank.com/simple.
Qualifying transactions do not include fees, rebates, and adjustments posted by Santander. Santander Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 617. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com and NoBSCoachingAdvice.com. This is a show that continues my year of work on interviewing, and particularly tough interview questions, the kind of things that cause people to trip up and hang themselves on an interview. And this one is a subtle one because it addresses ageism. It doesn't have to be that way, but most of the time it is done for that purpose. And the question always comes across is, aren't you overqualified for this job? I hope you find my answer helpful or my suggested answer helpful. You can language it as you wish, but at the end of the day, this is a framework that I know does work when you interview. Like I said, I hope you find it helpful, and if you do, please give the show 5 stars in iTunes or Stitcher because it does help other people discover the show. And if we're not connected on LinkedIn, please send a connection request to me at linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. And with that, let's get going. Today's tough interview question. It basically translates into, aren't you a little overqualified for this job? Now, this is one of those fatal flaw questions they mentioned in another video, where they kind of think out loud and they're kind of telling you what their reluctance is. And if you want to accept it as the kiss of death, you can, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. The overqualified question, or aren't you a little overqualified for this job, is an opportunity to really sell yourself and to do it in a smooth and professional way. Now, I want to deal with the question on the overt level first, and I'm going to deal with it on the covert level a little bit later. The overt level is exactly what the question is, and that is they're concerned that you're going to get bored in the job, and as soon as you find a better opportunity, you're going to leave. So the way to approach this question when they're thinking about it overtly is to basically say to them, look, the job market is what it is, and you can look at it as being that I'm overqualified. But the fact of the matter is the market is tough right now. It's going to be tough for quite some time. So the market's basically telling me that I need to adapt, and I need to look at things from a different perspective. Now, I could hold out, for a job that was at my previous level, and I could be out of work for a long time, and I'm not really looking to do that. Now, from your vantage point, I could understand your reluctance. You're concerned that I would want to jump ship as soon as something better came along. The fact of the matter is I want to join an organization where I can enjoy the work. And what I can do for you is, in addition to doing this role, where you wouldn't have to train someone to do it, you get the benefit of all my experience in this kind of role. And I could be of help to you as you're trying to sort out other things. Or I could just do the job that you're asking me to do. And frankly, I enjoy doing that. So that's the overt kind of answer. Question to the overt question of, are you overqualified? Now, the covert question is, gee, you look a little old. And could you really work for someone younger than me? Younger than the person we want you to have working for. Now, that's a little bit trickier. And there you can go on to say something along the lines of, and this is a continuation or an extension on the other answer. I've worked for people of all kinds of backgrounds. I've worked with people who are far my senior and far younger than I. And in all cases, we've gotten along beautifully. They've asked for help. I've been willing to give it. I want people to do very well. If they do well, I do well. And that becomes a very simple way of deflecting the question of ageism that shows up subtly in these kind of questions. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you do, I want to encourage you, come join me at JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. That's my site with curated information from around the web that I've developed in podcast, video, articles. All my books and guides to job hunting appear on the site, all for one price. And I also want to encourage you, give the show 5 stars in iTunes, please. I have a link in the show notes. It's going to help other people discover the show and help them anymore. So I'll be back tomorrow with more. In the meantime, have a great day. Take care.
Sorry to interrupt your run. You're probably in the zone, but with Simply Right checking from Santander Bank, you can waive the monthly fee by completing one transaction each month. Click the banner or find out more at santanderbank.com/simple.
Qualifying transactions do not include fees, rebates, and adjustments posted by Santander. Santander Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Sorry to interrupt your run. You're probably in the zone, but with Simply Right checking from Santander Bank, you can waive the monthly fee by completing one transaction each month. Click the banner or find out more at santanderbank.com/simple.
Qualifying transactions do not include fees, rebates, and adjustments posted by Santander. Santander Bank, N.A. member FDIC.